Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my Bachelor in Paradise recap show. It is season 10, episode 8, and we have to talk about last night's episode and all the drama that went down between Shawn, Cat, and Allyshia. Okay, we got to get into it. So, if you're new to my channel, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and do not forget to hit subscribe. Subscribe right now. Thank you. So this challenge this week started off with the challenge, and basically one person was gonna sit in like a grave in like a little thing, and another person was gonna be doing all of these challenges to dig up these keys, and whoever got the most keys in the time limit would end up winning immunity and the date. So I was like, which one would I want to do? Would I want to be like giving the directions in the walkie-talkie? I feel like I'd be good at that. I guess it would depend who my partner is and if they're athletic. This is definitely a communication challenge. It's about giving communication to your partner, and it's if your partner can listen under pressure, stay calm, and get the tasks done. And I really thought that Shawn and Allyshia were going to win because it looked like they had the most keys when they were keeping track of the people. But Spencer and Jess ended up winning the competition. And thank God, because Spencer and Jess are the OGs. They're the day one couple, and they haven't even been on a date yet. And they've been together since day one. They're falling in love. And it's clear that they are falling in love because they told each other this week, right? And then Spencer was like, wait, where do you think we should live after? And even in the coming attraction, Spencer was like, when our leases are up, like, do you think we're going to move in together? And Jess is like resistant. Like, she's like, I'm not ready to move in with you. I met you a month ago. Hello. So they're going to have a storyline, finally. Jess and Spencer are going to have a storyline. It's going to be about moving in, where the relationship is going after this. Are they getting engaged? Which I believe that they are. And I am excited to just see them get airtime because they haven't gotten much all season. And I feel like Spencer needs to just like know that she probably doesn't want to live with you right away. Like, I think it's normal to like date for like a little bit in the real world, long distance, do some trips together before like thinking about moving in. One step at a time. Okay. Also, side note, Kathy, she was so funny. She is so funny. She's so funny. Kathy's hilarious. Like, oh my God, she is so funny. She had me cracking up the entire episode giving those directions. She's like, with her reading glasses, Keith, stay calm. Keith, stay calm. Oh my God, I was crying. Okay, well, another scene that happened was Leia. She was crying because she wanted to find love. So during the pool night where everyone was swimming in the pool, making out with their couples, we saw Leia open up to Jonathan saying, this isn't how I wanted paradise to be. I was hopeful. I wanted to find love. I imagined this. And I think it's a really relatable feeling. Like at this point in the competition, everyone is pretty much in love besides Kathy and Keith. And Leia has to sit there with her BFF Jonathan while everyone makes out and really gets to know each other. Like that sucks. Like this is a dating show. Everyone came there to find love. Normally, Leia and Jonathan would have went home if the rules didn't change and there wasn't $500,000 on the line. They would have went home and she wouldn't have had to like see that. And that's kind of the same thing that happened to Jill. You know, she was watching everybody fall in love in front of her eyes, and after a while, after so many days, you hit your breaking point. So I think it was really relatable of Leia. I think it was very vulnerable of her, and I appreciated it. And I also appreciated that her and Jonathan want to stay in the game because they should not count themselves out just because they're not in a relationship that's romantic. This week, the rules are a little different. Now people are voting for two people to go home. So two girls who won't hand out roses. So that's two couples going home this week. We had 8 couples. Now we have 6. And in my opinion, I think that Kathy, Keith, Jonathan, and Leia should have been the ones to go home just because they are in platonic relationships. And I really liked the self-awareness of Keith where he was like, we should go. We're the golden couple. We're not in love. And I like that he was like, we have integrity. And Kathy was like, no, I want to stay. I want to fight. I could be everyone's mom. And I also appreciate that of Kathy. She wants to stay in the game, stay on TV, and get that money. Hell yeah. It's an experience. We don't need to give it up for the young people. Like, I totally see Kathy's mindset and I see Keith's mindset. And they ended up staying. Was that rigged? I'm just shocked that more people didn't vote for them to leave. I thought they should have been the ones to go. However, after the end of the episode, I changed my mind and I was like, Kathy and Keith should go and then Shawn and Allyshia. Because this week we saw a new side of Shawn. He really popped up as this strategic, I don't know if I want to call him a mastermind, but Shawn really got excited about playing the game of Survivor, of the traitors, of the mole. I don't know what show Shawn thought he was playing. He had valid points where he was like, listen, we got to form an alliance. We got to make numbers. We got to think 3 steps ahead. Yes, I get what you're saying, Shawn, but nobody wanted to play ball. Everybody was like, let's just keep it cool. This is a show about finding love. We're going to cross that bridge when we get there, is what Jeremy said. And I really feel like Shawn was strategizing to every single person, even the people he was trying to vote out. Like the conversations he was having with Kathy and Keith and Jonathan and Leia, it was very like, I'm in charge and you're on the line. And it was just a little out of it. He just had no self awareness and he wouldn't stop. I mean, even Brian pulled him aside and said, calm down. Jeremy, like, walked away. Allyshia had to tell him. Like, everybody was trying to tell Shawn, like, you're doing too much. And he just didn't care. I don't know if it was the editing, because clearly he got a ton of airtime and it felt like the Shawn show. But maybe there was other conversations happening, but it just felt like he took it way too far. He was in his own world and someone needed to tell him to stop because he was digging his own grave. If he would have just stayed calm and stayed out of it, I really think he would have been saved. But he totally dug his own hole, and I think by the end of the episode, I personally was over it. I wanted him to go home, and it was enough. Like, this is not Survivor. It's Bachelor in Paradise. So I get what he was saying. There's $500,000 on the line. His dad's a politician. He's into strategy shows. Maybe this is his audition to get on Traders. You know, maybe this is his audition to be on another show. But this is Bachelor in Paradise, and I just don't think that strategy flies here. I mean, even how he tried to wake up Andrew and strategize, and then he tried to tell Spencer that he was conspiring against him, but then, like, over explained himself. It was like one thing after the other. It just never ended. So Shawn, he ended up bringing Jeremy and Dale into a garage, calling it the Parliament of Paradise. And there was also some drama about Allyshia. So Allyshia, she is Shawn's partner, and she walked into Bailey and Alex's room to basically talk about like who's going home and stuff. But she heard that they were conspiring against her, or she thought they were. They really were just kind of going over the options, talking about everyone. I mean, it's a reality show, it's a game show. Like, your name's going to be brought up. Like, you need to have more security than that. You need to be like, okay, people are going to talk about me, and that's why we're here. Everyone's talking about each other. Just because someone is talking about you, it doesn't mean they're not your friend. So I really feel like Allyshia was extremely emotional and super dramatic and took that way too far. And I get that she was like blindsided and she was like on edge. So like I get she's freaking out, but like I think she overreacted a little bit, and she finally was able to talk to the girls about it. Bailey, Alex, and Parisa. They have the four of them, and they could be an alliance because they're all from Grant's season. They could all stick together. So I love that Allyshia was like, guys, like, let's stick together. Like, let's be the four. It's just that there's a little bit more complications in that because of who the partners are. Like, Alex is partners with Andrew, who now has loyalty to Spencer. You know, Dale is partners with Kat. Kat is in alliance with Jeremy. Bailey's dating Jeremy. So it's not as easy as like Grant's girls sticking together because there is another person involved. And Bailey and Alex, I thought, did a really good job of like calming Allyshia down and telling her like it wasn't like we were conspiring against you. Like, we were just talking, and like it is what it is. Like, maybe knock if you're going to someone's room. Don't just walk in like you own the place. Maybe knock and be like, hey, like, can I come in? I don't know. No shade. Calm down. So I really feel like that was a great conversation, and I love how the girls rallied together because the girls do need to be supporting each other. And I did listen to Allyshia on Bachelor Happy Hour. Like, she has valid points. Like, girls have got to stick with girls. Allyshia said she was the only one, and her and Leia were the only ones who weren't aware of like the Jeremy phone call and all of that. So I really love that she's like, girls need to stick together because the guys are sticking together. So I love that mindset. And we totally got over all the Bailey drama from last week. It seems like everyone forgave. Bailey and Jeremy are moving on. Brian even seemed to be in good standing. So that was a crazy episode last week. This week, I feel like was really focused around Shawn. And Shawn also had some drama with Kat this week. So Allyshia was kind of giving Shawn the rundown of like all the things that people were saying about him behind his back and how they were like uncomfortable with him being here because he was over strategizing. And one of the things that Allyshia told Shawn that really struck a nerve is that Kat made like a face. And Kat made a face when Allyshia brought Shawn up when Shawn was not there. And Shawn was really offended because Shawn knows Kat from outside of the show. They did Paradise together 2 years ago, and they have like some connection, and Kat has vented to Shawn in the past about like guy problems. And we know that they do have a friendship. I guess Shawn said that he knows Kat's mom. So I do believe that they had a serious friendship. And Kat should also be there for Shawn as well because clearly everyone's kind of against him. But like Shawn's wrong. So it's like Kat, I feel like all she did was make a face. She was like, yeah, she was annoyed because when you came up to her in the pool, you were like, you're going to go home next. And like just talking her ear off when she was hot and she was tired. And like, that Kat is like bitchy and like, it's not her making a face isn't like a personal attack. So I personally was team Kat. I feel like Shawn took that way too personally, started bringing up her ex, talking to her in like a condescending way where he was just maybe disappointed that he wasn't getting like the strategy out of Kat that he wanted. Maybe he wasn't getting the alliance and the loyalty. And I get that Shawn was like blindsided by that, but I just feel like Shawn was just doing too much and all she did was make a face and then he did more and then he called her out and then it was just like being so combative with Kat. Like all she did was make a face. So I just didn't understand that. And then we get time for the voting, and everyone's voting on an iPad. And at this point, like I'm still hoping Kathy and Keith go home. Like no shade. I just feel like at this point, like the Goldens need to go. I love Kathy. But then everyone actually decides to vote out Shawn and Allyshia and Parisa and Brian. Ugh, I did not want Parisa and Brian to go home. I feel like I love Parisa. I think she's a real one. I really do. But I would have liked to see Parisa and Brian break up on the show. Are they still together now? They left as a couple. I believe they broke up. I think that's kind of clear. We'll probably find out why they broke up at the reunion or maybe on social media or a podcast in the next couple of weeks. I'd love to know what went down with them after the show. But I would have liked to see it play out between them one more episode and maybe see them break up and then be sent home. So I was sad that they went home. I think Jonathan and Leia are like a fun, vibrant couple, and they're like Leia is such a star. Like she is so fun to watch on TV. So I am glad that they stayed, even though like I thought maybe like the platonic friendship should go. So then I thought Kathy and Keith and Shawn and Allyshia should have went. So it was just shocking that Kathy ended up staying. I would love to see the votes. I hope they're not rigged. Like who really voted for who is interesting. And then the one thing that was crazy is that Allyshia, she was like, Jesse, we're actually gonna leave. We want to keep our integrity. I don't know about that. I guess Jesse said they were going home anyway. Maybe they knew they were going home. What's the difference? What's the difference? Like, I don't really think them saying we want to keep our integrity and then Shawn being like, Kat, don't call me when this one doesn't work out. Like, that was rude and that was petty and that was mean. Why was he being so mean to Kat? Like, what the hell? I feel like they were kind of ganging up on Kat. Like, poking at her. Like, Kat is who she is. Like, I don't know. So then they ended up sending themselves home. I didn't think that was necessary. I don't think it like saved their integrity. I do think we'll see part 2 of this. Shawn and Allyshia are coming back for the finale, as well as Gary and Leslie and some other people from this season who were eliminated are apparently coming back for the finale. I don't know if they're going to be involved in some vote at the end, but there's definitely going to be a part 2 of Shawn and Kat coming at each other and Allyshia. And, I love how Dale stepped in for Kat. That was nice. So we'll see what happens with that. But now we're down to our 6 couples. And we have Jeremy and Bailey, who seem to be in a great spot. Andrew and Alex, who seem to be in a great spot. Spencer and Jess, who are going to have some conversations about the moving of it all. Kat and Dale, who I feel like are definitely going to be in the finale. And then we have Jonathan and Leia, who could win challenges and maybe stay, because we did see Leia in that teaser with the money. So I really do feel like Leia might make it far. And then, of course, Kathy and Keith, who I feel like they need to go next time because, like, they're not falling in love. And I want to see these couples really fall in love and see the relationship aspects and see them talk about the future. So we have 3 episodes left. This was episode 8. So we actually have 9 and 10. And then we also will have the reunion, which will be in September. So I'm excited to see all that goes down. I did start watching Are You My First, the Virgin Hulu reality show. I only watched the first 3 episodes so far, so I don't really know how I feel about it yet. I'm still warming up to it. The Love Thy Nader premiere party I'm going to is tomorrow night, so super excited about that. The Dancing with the Stars cast, I'm like definitely paying attention. That will be announced in September. And Perfect Match just ended, so feel free to check out my interview with Madison and my video reacting to the finale and all the updates. That is really all I have to say about Bachelor in Paradise episode 8. Let me know if you guys agree with my thoughts and my comments in the comments down below. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up before you guys head out of here. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Hello! And I will see you guys in the next one. And I'll also be recapping Shawn on Bachelor Happy Hour on my TikTok. So stay tuned for that in a couple hours. All right, bye guys.